Hi, most of you will know this car. It's a 1962 old Starfire. I've done a lot of profiles on our local cars, but this is the first about my own car. I'd always wanted a Starfire since I saw my first back in '62. When I moved back to Essex County from Ottawa, I looked in every car lot in town for a new car. But as Pete Seeger might have said, they were all made out of ticky-tacky and they all looked just the same. Plastic is okay for picnic table drinking cups, but when it comes to cars, I prefer to ride on steel. I found the car I was to buy in Colorado, where salt is not used in the winter. That was back in 2005. I have to admit, it looked a lot better in the photo than it did when the car arrived. Lots of holes, lots of dings and dents, but the car was basically sound. The floor pans were in perfect shape for its age. As restorations go, this was not as involved as many, but it still took 3 years to complete, as it needed just about everything. The internet was a great friend in finding parts and pieces. This is not a show car, nor a show-off car. It's my only car, and it's treated as such. It's a grocery getter, a traveler, and a cruise night special. It's driven year-round. What you see here is a daily driver from a restoration completed 9 years ago, and it looks about the same now as it did then. Who says newer cars are better cars? At the tender age of 71, gas mileage is the least of concerns. This is your basic model. There's no AC, but rolling down the windows in summer is just fine. The car is equipped with power windows, but that's about it in terms of options, except for a few that I have added, such as seat belts and a rather ancient CD player playing all the hits of our generation. The car runs great, and it's never driven above 55 on the highway. Being an old guy, that's miles an hour, not kilometers. Under the hood sits a big block 394 turning out 345 horsepower. At least it did when the car was new. It has plenty of power still, but it's almost never used. This is a cruiser rather than a get-there-on-a-hurry car. Out on the highway, it rides smoothly and comfortably. But like every old car, it requires regular maintenance. Hidden panels are coated with POR 15 to prevent rust. A little under 35,000 of these hardtop models were made, and a little over 7,000 convertibles. The Starfire is basically an Olds 88, with a little more horsepower and gadgetry like an automatic shifter on the floor and bucket seats. It features a 3-speed automatic transmission. It has a bit of a sluggish shift, though, from first to second. But then again, it's not designed as a race car, it's a cruiser. The taillights are supposed to resemble rocket thrusters, as was the case with many cars of that year. The name Starfire came from the Lockheed Starfire fighter jet. Well, that's a little of the story on my car. If you have a story to tell about your car, tap me on the shoulder when you see me at the car shows or cruise nights. I'll be pleased to video it. Thank you for viewing, and as always, we'll see you at the car shows and cruise nights.